Good morning from Hoi An. It is Mailing List Monday, and similar to last week, if you follow our page, you'll know that every Monday we put out a hashtag Mailing List Monday. But I thought I'd take an opportunity to explain what it is and why it's important and why we've made it a focus to share something on that. And the whole point is that uh, without a mailing list, it is hard to grow your business socially. And I'll try and explain that a little bit. We have fallen into the trap in the past of thinking that social media is simple and easy to use, and that if you do it well, you can grow an audience and grow potential customers just by using social media. And we've dabbled with them all. Well, I say all, that's not true, because there are scores of them, if not hundreds of them. Mainstream ones: Facebook, Instagram, Google+, LinkedIn, Twitter. Those are the ones that we've more than dipped our toes into the water, and some we use more regularly than others. And what we've worked out is some play to our strength better than others. The thing is with social media, it's a low barrier to entry. It's pretty easy to just dive in, create something at low cost. But the reality is the results, the engagement, the feedback, the results, they are a lot harder to get. And we found that, I'm very systems orientated, and I build a lot of automation into what we do. And it's a balance between getting the genuine, spontaneous posts out there and looking for engagement and using different tactics and techniques versus a balance of automation and making sure that can help grow your audience. But whatever we try, and we're still trying and we're still experimenting, I mean, everything we do is a complete experiment. And part of going live is more often is to try and share the results of those experiments with you, and to sort of give you the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and share anything that works or doesn't work for us. In this case, we've tried a lot, and we continue to try. And there's new tools coming out all the time. There's lots of shiny white objects that can take you off and away from your focus. And it took us a wee while to observe that behaviour and understand that, not all the new shiny white objects were in our best interest. And we're not shiny white object people. I just have a logical brain, and I go, will that work for us? And sometimes I think it would, but when I actually dived into it and spent some time, I realised it was actually it was giving me something that wasn't really going to help us, or what was required to put in wasn't going to be outweighed by what came out. And so we continue to learn this, we continue to watch and grow. And in parallel to that, got all that social media activity going on. So why Mailing List Monday? Well, it's because we know an email list, if we can grow an email list, that is ours. It belongs to us, and no social media platform can take that away from us. So if they change their algorithm, or if they change the way they show you, if they change the way you show up in their platform, which they do all the time, which means you're constantly have to move with their goalposts. With the mailing list, it's not like that. That mailing list is yours. It sits on a platform that you're paying money to own, and the data you collect means that you're getting those email addresses. And regardless what happens to any of the social media platforms that you may be on, you own that mailing list, and you can work that mailing list. And so we invested at the beginning. We were old fans of MailChimp. which was a free mailing list email marketing platform, and we used it for a number of years across a couple of different entities, both Ellie and I. And again, on reflection, MailChimp is great for certain things, and which includes growing your email list. We found that it was more a pretty newsletter type thing, and we found we were spending more time trying to make our newsletters look pretty and not necessarily getting the engagement of what we were trying to put onto those things. And was our list growing, or was our list engaging? In those old days, it probably wasn't. Again, we were very naive. We sort of followed what everyone else was doing at the time. MailChimp was that free platform. It's easy to learn on and to get into some good habits. But does it pass the free level? Was it really helping? And I guess when we embarked on this new life, we had quite a few mental shifts about what we were doing and how we were going to do it. And one of those was around our mailing list. So we actually went straight to a paid premium effort, and a premium platform. Now, we could have gone with a paid MailChimp version, and we had tried that in a previous business, and I confess I found it just a bit cumbersome. It wasn't, when I was just doing a free newsletter and about making it look pretty, there wasn't too much to think about. But when it came to their automation, it didn't gel with my intuitive way of setting up automation. So I did look at some other ones, and I mean, they range in investment levels, and there's many platforms you can choose. And I don't really want to get too much into which platform you choose. There are lots out there, but I will come back to this another day. What I really wanted to get to is that it was the decision that the mailing list is important. And even though we don't know what we're doing, we're going to hold ourselves accountable to growing our mailing list by investing in a paid product. So I'm kind of, one of the reasons I wanted to share this with you today was because of that mental shift, that this is a commitment. It isn't something I hope is going to fall into place. It is a commitment to make this part of our business and part of our way forward. And so we did that. And so we've been investing money monthly in a paid premium mailing list platform. And since then, we've just been learning and growing and just getting better. And so again, so it's important to have a mailing list because you own it and you can use it in the future or any time to market your goods and services and have some control over who and what is getting to see your message. Obviously, you can't dictate whether anyone opens it, but there are tools and techniques, and there are tips and hints that can help you improve things like deliverability, open rates, conversion rates, all of those things you can see and do something about. And that's the journey we've been on. So I partly wanted to share that because at the beginning, again, when we hadn't digested all of this, our mailing list was just sitting there, and we'd send it out and we'd see who'd opened it and what they clicked on, but we hadn't cottoned on to how we could grow it. And we put forms all over our website, and that was like an improvement on what we'd done before. But it wasn't until we made the connection of the sign-up process, and you guys will all notice, and whenever you sign up for anything, how often do you really sign up for a generic newsletter? I would argue these days very rarely, because you're very protective of your inbox these days, and it's just full of emails that you don't get to read, and even the emails you do want to read, there's no guarantee you are going to read them. So you're battling quite a lot. But the ones you're most likely to sign up to are ones that, in exchange for the your email, they provide you with a incentive that is specifically related to where you are in life at that moment in time. So, for example, ones we've experimented with on Ellie's site are pregnancy ones. So obviously we've been through the pregnancy journey twice now, and Ellie's learned a lot about what it was like to be a pregnant woman and things she needed and how that related to overall health and fitness. And certain questions would pop up. So she was able to take that knowledge and turn it into some tips and hints that were related to things that pregnant women would need. And before early pregnancy and late pregnancy and even post-pregnancy. And so she was simply able to create some content that was relevant to pregnant ladies, depending on what time or where in their pregnancy they were. And in doing that, immediately the incentive to sign up to Ellie's newsletter is significantly increased, because the subscriber wants that content and is willing to exchange their email address. And that's what's happened. Ever since we've done that, there's probably about half a dozen of these type of subscribe forms on Ellie's site now, and they all offer something quite slightly different related to her audience and what they need. And since then, I don't know which way the camera works here, but since then we have seen our email list steadily go up, up, up. If my hand is facing the wrong way, it's that way up. So I never quite know how cameras work in reverse. But it's going up. And that for the first time in our lives, we were like, yes, that's what works, and that's how we need to do it. And you don't need hundreds of these type of opt-in incentives, but the point is you need opt-in incentives that match your audience. So I am going to pack up there. Hopefully that was of some value to you. It's just every Monday, why do we have a post on Mailing List Monday? It's an accountability thing. The post is not specifically about your mailing list, but it is about related to growing your marketing database. It is related to growing your audience. And it's an accountability thing. It's to make sure that you do not deviate from forgetting about that your business is only going to survive and thrive if you grow your audience and then convert that audience into paying customers. So you have to start with getting the audience and then convert them. So yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that. So we will continue putting out those Mailing List Monday posts. I will try to evolve from the static posts to more of these live posts, and I'm going to adapt some of the other posts we put out during the week. It will cover some of the tech issues. So if it's tech that bogs you down when it comes to online marketing, there's lots of tools that we use. Some are free, some are paid, and so I think in some of the other days of the week, I'll try and find a way of showing you how we do some of these things. So. And if that involves some screen share lives, we'll try and tackle those. So as always, if you have any questions, if there's anything particular you want to know about online marketing, one particular subject, I don't profess to be the expert across it all. I'm not trying to be. There are certain things I'm getting very good at, and there are other things I just get other people to do. But if you have any questions related to that, and specifically around mailing list related things, business challenges, by all means shoot me a line. More than happy to help, and if I don't know the answer, I'm pretty sure I know someone who does. And yep, reach out and tell me what's on your mind. Okay, good to spend some time with you wherever in the world you are, whether it's dark or light or getting dark. I hope you've had a good day. I'm going to have a good night's sleep, and I will see you next time. Take care now.